I don't know if I'm going to be going to Mexico for the Greater Reset. I feel like my health um, needs my attention, and flying out there and staying in a place for 9 days and being in a tropical hot place could be. And my history of going to those kind of places, I've gotten um, skin outbreaks and itching or sun poisoning before. So I woke up with that realization yesterday. I'm like, okay, I'm letting go of my attachment to going on this trip, which it seems super fun, could be really awesome, meet a bunch of great people. And okay, what's the lesson for my ego to let go of all of that too and just stay and chill and rest and rejuvenate. So we will see.
It's probably better also for like skipping um like you would probably binge on foods like festival foods and maybe not, but when there's so many people around you with the same breathing pattern and they're all having fun and drinking, maybe smoking, maybe eating processed junk food. There's going to be stalls, there's going to be food trucks, processed stuff. And if you want to heal your gut and everything, maybe that's better. And then maybe for the fisher, maybe like some uh, pea enemas, because the pea has stem cells.
Yeah, I did an enema the other night, and it was a rough one as far as how it was inserted. Um, so I think I might have done some damage there. But I also, there's a weird siren going off. I don't know if you can hear. Probably some kind of Chernobyl coronavirus whatever warning they're creating. But that is a good point. It is very easy to be influenced by other people and their eating and being around a bunch of high vibe people and being subject to whatever foods I could be around. Because there's an option to stay at people's places or to like stay in a group house. And that would be me. It'd probably be like 10 to 15 people. And I would be sleeping in a bed next to other people's beds, not having my own private space. So that would be not ideal. There's been sleepless nights and pain and deep, dark soul, night of the souls. So it's a lot of variables up in the air. And I think a pea enema would be nice at some point. Could stem cell back that skin and
Uh-huh.
up.
Like if I go to, there's this market here where there's like tropical fruits and of all kinds, and even, all kinds of diets and everything. And there's a lot of people there every single day since this place is kind of a tourist center, like south of Spain, like really, really tourist city, big city. And I'm like, okay, I wanna get some grapes. I want some dark grapes today. And I go over there, and all the way that I'm walking there, my breathing is the same, like I did breath work or just my usual state, that it's what it's like when I'm home alone or whatever, or when I'm walking in the city and I'm not in the market. And it took me a while to understand this. And it was basically I had a craving for grapes because of, let's say, hydration. I had a craving for, like, I want just a few grapes, just to get that taste in my mouth and to get that nice water that it has. And I go to the market, I start walking around, and suddenly the little, like, the little bundle of grapes that I want to buy, I end up buying like 2 bags of grapes, and I'm buying a melon, I end up buying a juice. Like, I have an idea of, I'm gonna buy the grapes, and then I'm gonna come home and sit down like in the sunshine and put my headphones on, put some nice podcast on, and like really enjoy every single one of them. But as I'm walking the market, where there's so many people from all over the world, and they're like, "Oh, I want to try this fish. I want to try that. I want to try that. I want to try that." There's so many people just eating, just eating, just eating. And suddenly I have this, okay, I'm gonna eat the grapes at home, but I want a juice now. As I'm walking this market, and then I buy myself a juice, like a $3 smoothie of something, just so I can have something as I'm looking around for other things. And then I'm like, but I want something for the trip home as well. And then I buy too much, I buy 3 times as much grapes as I want. I buy the juice, and on my way home, I'm eating like dates, which are really dry, and by the time I come home, I don't have the capacity to eat even the little part of grapes that I wanted, let alone the 2 bags. And then I'm just sitting there going like, but I didn't want the dates at all. I didn't want the juice. What the hell happened? And it took me so much time to realize that every single time that I go into the city, I buy too much. I buy stuff that I never imagined I wanted to eat. And it's almost always too much. It's almost always like, you have your capacity. Let's say you can eat a plate of vegetables. But if I'm in that market, I'm gonna buy like 2 more carrots or 2 more cauliflowers or 2 more zucchinis, because I'll be like, I'm gonna eat all of that. And then I'm at home, I made it all. I ate half of it, the original thing that I wanted to eat, and then the other half, I'm kind of looking at it going like the fucking market again. And the breathing, which is like, give me more, give me more, give me more. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a really cool discovery of how we can unconsciously tap into the breathing patterns of other people or the thought forms that they all got running around, and then how can that interweave with ours? And then, okay, I'm going to get some grapes, but then we can be subject to all these other factors. And then next thing you know, you just find yourself doing all these things. And also, like you mentioned, okay, I'm gonna have a bundle of grapes, sit down and be present with them. Maybe I'll enjoy a podcast while I just enjoy each one. And I've noticed I just started doing it again where I'm not gonna watch something on a screen while I'm eating because it's like, oh, dopamine time. Like I'm gonna take a break for myself, just watch something, learn something, or laugh, and then just you know, enjoy the sensations of the food as well. But like,
Mm.
and then just sitting down again without anything, like, okay, I'm still eating, maybe kind of fast, maybe not chewing as much. And then there's thoughts and then presence on the thoughts rather than, okay, like, let me really dial in on this. Because for me, I've been eating mostly vegetables, preferably lower carb or lower sugar vegetables with lots of onions, garlic, and ginger, and then sometimes quinoa, sometimes not. And like, you know, tahini is like the main thing to get some protein, fats, and oil as well. And it can be a nice flavor, but it obviously I like the variety, but there is definitely something about simplifying, just being at peace with just whatever it is, focusing on one thing. for me, I think also as a manifest generator of like, oh, I want to do
Mm,
all
mm.
the things and like, oh, eating is just something else I got to do or like, but I do spend a lot of time cutting vegetables and cooking and stuff. But yeah, there's something to it that I like and that is a part of my gift here and is a part of my ability to like trade in exchange for services and goods and a place to live and all that. Working together on a team is cooking and all that. Working with Rachel, she's introduced a lot of good cooking tips for me and as well as healing the digestion, parasite cleansing. Um, but yeah, I've been taking a break off of fruit because apparently for candida and also eczema's sugar is not good. And being here, I'm not where I usually live. I'm watching some dogs at this house right now. These people always have so many sweets, and it was just Christmas time, so they had this box of cookies. And my first day, I ate them all. and, yeah, it was a very rough night. But now it's like okay, I'm evened out, and um, like yesterday, I had a smoothie, mostly greens and nuts. And then I have quinoa, vegetables, tahini, and then I had some bone broth at night. And I may do that again today. And yeah, focusing on the one breath. Also, just finished up a Mondo Zen, 4 sessions of Mondo Zen, if you're familiar with that. And it's dialing in on the breath and certain mantras for meditating. And there's a way to I felt and visualized and had the sensations of the what they call clear, deep heart mind,
Mhm.
and sitting and noticing, and then the guy rings a bell, and I felt the bell in my body, my heart, my head, hear it, see the sounds, just listening to that and listening to whatever there is, whatever's going on. And then some Alan Watts came on the other day, titled "Listen," his little
Mm.
speech on listening, and he's like, "All right, just you hear the sounds, the buzzing of the room, or the wind, or birds chirping outside, and then there's all these thought forms and these ideas that come up, and we associate so deeply, we become so close." To these kinds of things, like they're who we are, our identity, what we're here to do. But what if we just view those or listen to those as if they're background noise, birds outside the window, the wind, and not associating with it so much, like creating space for all of it to just be noise, things to listen to.
That's really hard for me to um to transition to stuff like this. I'm very acoustic. I'm very like noise really gets to me and certain pitches and stuff. So I got these I got these like noise blockers. They're called Flare Audio, and
Mm,
they got like three different sizes for your ears. And it's basically like a metal plug
mm,
and then a rubbery plug, and then the rubbery part goes into your ear. And it's, oh my God, I can hear myself breathe. And ideally, I want to accomplish what you were just saying, like sitting down and okay, there's the birds over there, there's whatever it is over there. But it takes so much effort and so much time to just sit down and like every single day, okay, I can hear traffic. I really think like I have like, like superhero hearing to the point it's my own detriment, to the point it's debilitating.
mm,
And being there, like sitting down and being like, oh my God, like every single little sound, every even I mean, I know where it stems from. It's from like individual circuitry and human design, which is like specifically very acoustic, like all knowing everything comes audibly. And if I put these on, it's like I can I can hear only myself breathing, and if I'm walking, I just hear the hitting of the foot on the ground, and that's it. And then what happens to me is I shift my perception from like hearing to being more focused on my eyes. So it's almost like I have a big hoodie on, which is kind of preventing everything here. But then I can't rely on my hearing to kind of hear cars in traffic or people around me, and then I have to use my eyes more. And that grounds me. That grounds me so much because I have to walk around and really look at things. And if I don't use the plugs, I walk around and I basically don't. It's the difference between, for me, living life like reactively or really choosing things. If I block out the noise, I'm choosing with my eyes where to go. Okay, that person's over there, that's happening over there. But if I don't have the blockers, I'm walking around and everything is like a reflex. I'm walking around and like, oh, I have to go there. Oh, there's a car over there. There's a person there, or somebody spoke something. My body just goes on its own. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've tried the thing you are describing, the Zen aspect, sitting down, okay, I'm gonna ground in this environment. Even Eckhart Tolle speaks something similar, where he says, okay, you're trying to meditate, and then there's like somebody's drilling a wall, like five stories away. Just make that drilling a part of your meditation. Like, fuck you, Eckhart. I don't know. It doesn't work for me like that. I'm just kidding. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I hear you for sure. It's definitely challenging. I just started doing it again with this Mondo Zen practice. Um, like a dogs when they bark, sometimes it's like, ooh, I feel it. Like it hits my ear, hits my body. But a lot of times I'm like, hey, shut up. That's the reaction that comes.
Mm,
That reaction is covering up the sensation of it, right? Like I feel it, my ear, I hear it, it goes whoosh, it goes down to my chest, whoosh. I feel these sensations too. Um, and then tuning into like I was calling the phone people a lot. My phone was acting up and I was getting so angry. And then I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna listen, sit.
mm,
And I felt it so much in my chest and in my belly and in my head. Just this, these sensations. And it
mm,
becomes a sensation and a feeling rather than, I'm so angry at them. How dare they? And all this
mhm.
dark word magic can come out, damaging and then creating more stress.
Mm,
Just observing it as a feeling and a sensation, like, um, and I really like what you're sharing too about these noise blockers. That sounds really awesome. And just being able to tune in and just listen to your heartbeat and listen to yourself walking down the street.
mm,
And then you're tuning more in with your eyes and like, okay, now I can see everything because
mhm,
our senses can just be kind of in the background and we're okay. We're surviving. We're not under attack. So we can
mhm,
on
mhm,
autopilot.
mhm.
And I really like that. I would love to get some of those ear blockers.
I also wonder, like, if you know how autistic people kind of have them because they're kind of super sensitive to things. So I totally resonate with that. And I was thinking, like, if if you're walking around and like you say autopilot, how much of the hearing, since you got like the towers, the Wi-Fi towers, you got like I'm my point is how much of the movement and twitches and sense of direction and things pushing and pulling you are actually frequencies we don't even hear. Because I had instances of And now, especially like with scalar and all these technologies, it's here. I don't actually hear the thing, but I know I can feel the difference over time. I can feel kind of on my body different things. And then if I'm walking down the street, it sometimes happens that I'm walking and suddenly the whole body first goes like this. And then I'm like, okay, what was that? And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, there's a bus woof, going past. So
Wow.
I heard it like 5 seconds earlier when it kind of broke. I kind of always imagine it, like you say, slapping you in the face. It's almost like being like on a hip hop concert or drum and bass concert where it's almost like you're being fucking bitch slapped by the subwoofer and it's your whole body's reverberating. And I'm gonna feel that, and then okay, something's coming, and then it's a bus. Then I'm like, okay, wow, this thing that is now debilitating me because I'm in this environment with so many sounds from all different directions because it's the city. If I was in a jungle, this thing would save my life. This thing would keep me alive. So, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, that's an interesting point too about the frequencies, like being in a city too. And we just get hit with things or thoughts come up or emotions come up, and like for me it can just be like fuck, just like these outbursts. And also same thing with thoughts, like we don't really like hear them. At least I don't think so. It's just
Mm,
communication, words that are present now all of a
mm,
sudden. It's not like they show up in our mind. It's just like there. So maybe it's not even really our head or our brain or our mind. Like they don't have a location, these
mhm,
thoughts. And same with these frequencies, 5G towers, whatever else type of probably installated toxic frequencies that are in big cities. It can just come and affect us. And yeah, really tuning in and tapping in. And I think these ear canceling things could be a big assistance with that too. If you're just like listening to your heartbeat and then you feel a bus coming by 5 seconds after you get that sensation, and then it's like, whoa, like, what is this sensation? Where does that coming from? Maybe it's not me, but we think it's us, and then we go,
mm,
and then it's like, oh, then it becomes mine when I speak that into the world or share these thoughts or whatever.
Peace, health, and abundance. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe, like, leave a comment below, ask a question, or share your story. Check out my audio courses: Human Design Basics, Intermediate and Advanced, Human Design Projector Masterclass, and Elemental Balancing course. You can listen to the first lesson of each course for free. Once purchased, stream as much as you like and learn at your own pace. Check out the testimonials from happy students. Join the League of Wanderers community. You can join on the weekly community and support calls. You can book one-on-one personal human design reading and coaching calls with me. You can join us on the Insight Timer app for stress release movement classes and Q&A sessions. There is a newsletter you can sign up for, and there are my free ebooks to download. My merch web shop is available if you would like to get my original artwork and designs printed on a variety of high-quality products. You can also contact me for commissions and graphic design work. Last but not least, you can follow me on Instagram. All the mentioned services and offerings can be found on icreatelines.com, and also check out the description of the video for more details. If you have any questions of any kind, if you would like to collaborate, if you want to come on a podcast, or you have suggestions and feedback, don't hesitate to contact me. I wish everyone peace, health, and abundance.